Back again with another music video reaction. My name is Josh. Thanks for checking out the channel. And if you click the thumbnail, you're here to check out some REN. REN is a musician I was not that long ago exposed to, but it's been a good journey so far. And the limited time that I've had and my exposure to REN, even though he's been around making music for a while, which is evident in all the different songs that I've been checking out from all of his different bands and different people that he does duets with. I mean, there's so many different types of songs, and the styles that he does are, well, I mean, pretty much kind of his own, but he also kind of dabbles in a little bit of everything from like rap, reggae, to rock, to pretty much anything that I've seen out there. So every time one of his pops up, I'm really interested to see what's going on, and this one is a very interesting one. So this one's called Suicide, and it even had like the little disclaimer on YouTube, so let's see what this one's all about. I'm sure it's going to be a little bit heavy of a topic, but let's go ahead and see what he's talking about. Let's get it.
Through the cracks of the night sky, a light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Oh, treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. I'm so fucking lonely beneath this. Narcissistic, can't keep a secret. Miscount sheep, I can't sleep, a misfit. Some say trouble, but some say sadistic. Bruises my brother, one time or the other. My skin felt counterfeit, silicone rubber. Bruises my sister, skin pop the blister. Dig deep, resist the feeling when it hits you. Falling through the cracks of the night sky, a light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Sick boy, bitten by a tech boy. I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. I'm so fucking washed up and seasick. Masochistic kid with a split lip. 6 feet deep, I can't eat, I'm nervous. Won't stay down cause my body purges. Useless my mother, can't keep in my supper. Skin so pale cause my cheeks leak colour. Truth is my father, you choose your karma. Draw for the sword, then drive through the armour. Falling through the cracks of the night sky, a light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide.
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside a trunk, inside a pickup truck, then dumped the whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as well. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Sager, Justin, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. The distance is my plaster cast. The truth is to the day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find that anger. All I find is missing you, man, I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying, and holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine. Not the way that it worked, cause I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I could find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you absurd. Fuck.
right, so that was Suicide by REN, and that's a heavy one, man. I mean, okay, so it kind of goes back to what I was talking about beforehand of he's got so many different styles, and it seemed like, honestly, almost all of them were interwoven into that song, because that was maybe one of the more interesting formats of like a song that I've ever really seen. I mean, you start out and you have really cool art, by the way. I love the art. I don't even know exactly how you describe that. Like, it's like some sort of a cell art, but then there's like some stop motion things inside there. That was really cool and really helped like emphasize different points that were coming up in the lyrics. But aside from the video just being awesome, really setting the tone and being very environmental and really sucking you in and conveying a lot of the emotion too. Just me trying to really pay attention to what was going on. The song itself, the rhythm and the beat was also super catchy. I mean, it had a little bit of the reggae in there and then just a little bit straight up kind of, some pop things that sounded really good. Like, it can easily get stuck in your head. And then I'm thinking as the song's going through, and I'm like, it's obviously about his experiences and perhaps like other people's and having to deal with different, trials and tribulations of life, which is life, and having the thought of, potentially ending that. And then I was like, where's the song going? Because it's like, the chorus is literally suicide, and it's like, well, what is there going to be some sort of a turn at the end of this? And then it just kind of goes silent, and then he kind of comes in with a kind of more, I guess, like the barred chord, or just basically storytelling, rapping, but still singing. And then it kind of made sense because I had recently seen, as I was seeing this one was coming out, I follow him on YouTube, and he had made some post on there. I didn't get too much into all the details, but I read bits and pieces, and it definitely seemed like he had pictures of posts that he had done consistent years since one of his friends had passed, saying how much he'd missed them and hoped that he'd see them again at some point. And now that makes so much more sense with, again, the ending of the song, where it really is, it's kind of like just him talking to his friend that he lost, assuming via suicide, via the message here, and kind of what I was getting from the YouTube stuff. That's really sad. I mean, it's very heartfelt, and it's a hard thing, I'm sure. Especially, I mean, I didn't lose my best friend to suicide, but that's a heavy thing, and it's got to weigh on you a lot, and it's very hard. I mean, he's got his own medical things that he's been dealing with for a long while as well that I've seen and heard more about, and I just can only imagine that being on top of everything else. That's pretty tough, but whatever he's been able to do, he's definitely been able to turn a lot of the internal pain and struggle that he's had into really wonderful art. And I hope he knows that. I hope that, again, like, this song will probably be very, very helpful for a lot of people, just to be able to know what other people have heard, gone through, experienced, and then trying to help figure out how to deal with that, or at least letting people know that they're not the only ones that have gone through it or that are going through it. So either way, that was a really, really good song. Very heavy. I mean, I don't ever know what to expect from REN, but that was a pleasant surprise, as well as just sad. I mean, because it was sad, but impactful. And I'll definitely listen to it again, because it did sound really good. But that's a heavy ending. Good ending, but also makes you think a lot. I think good art does that, and REN is definitely good at making stuff like that. Very provocative, get you thinking, which I think is what it's supposed to do. So I'm a fan. Let me know what you think. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Go to the subscribe button if you would. That'd be fantastic. And as always, you're awesome. Peace out.